This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Welcome back to the show.
Take care, Polly Wally.
Get out his mic!
Hello, you're on the air.
Hell yes!
How you doing?
You like that? Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Football. Football. Football feast. 9 to noon.
9 to noon.
There we go, Paul! And he's P.A. Soft and warm, the quiet storm, KFAN. Hey there, Talker Tuesday time, 9 to noon style at FM 100.3, KFAN, and the vast and ever-expanding iHeart audio app. Good morning, it's Paul Allen by your side, Mad Producer by my side, and here they come.
Parking and tickets for the state fair by your side.
What?
Oh, please.
Oh, that oh, please was the voice of Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com.
Oh, my gosh.
We have super early confirmation that Florio will be joining tomorrow in the neighborhood of 9:40.
Shame on you for saying that.
And why do we have early confirmation for Florio joining Wednesday when we're talking about a Talker Tuesday, 9 to noon style?
I'm here to serve you.
Because we are here to serve you.
You are one of the biggest suck-ups I know.
A card-carrying member of the Love Covenant for more than 2 decades.
There's something wrong with you.
And an individual who has been very, very kind over the years to 9 to noon.
It was driving me crazy.
And today, his big book called Big Shield is released.
I didn't represent any drug dealers that I know of.
So I had Florio on the mind, and Mad Producer decided to drop a little Florio in.
How do I not get into that collection of drops?
Where the heck are you finding all those? Holy cow. I mean, that was an arsenal right there, and good morning.
The only other one I would...
Florio, you can write what you want. It's okay.
Oh, Bruce Arians.
Yeah. I don't remember why I did that.
Good Lord, child. Well, I texted Mike Florio 20 minutes ago.
You're exhausted from applying your lips to the buttocks of Pete Bursic. I had one more, sorry.
And even though I'm not necessarily in the camp of like believing in luck, but nevertheless, it's something we all say for whatever the reason. So I texted him, good luck with the Ballyhooed book release day today. It's August 19th and Big Shield is released and people can learn more about it at profootballtalk.com. And Mike can be so warm sometimes. He just wrote back, thanks. I went out of my way. I mean, I don't need pats on the back here, man. And I loathe the tit for tat existence. However, I mean, it's thanks. Okay, cool, man. Good luck today. And we'll talk to you tomorrow at 9:40 and see how the Ballyhooed book release day went today.
How deeply do you read into text messages, though? Because I'll say...
I'm glad you said that, because if you asked me how deeply I read into his books, the answer would be zero.
I think he knows that, too.
And it's nothing personal with Mike. I just don't really enjoy reading books outside of the Bible and studying that and the context and the symbolism and the imagery and the metaphors and all that. I thoroughly enjoy that. When it comes to like books and stuff, I just don't read them a lot.
Have you ever gotten one of the, like you just write like a novella almost? And not that you write massively long text, but you ever write, maybe there's a person in your life and you get the response, K?
I mean, you're hitting all the right notes this morning, and we barely chatted outside of Eric Rams from touchdowntile.com, stopping by the Star 68 studio, copyright Mike Morris, to record a touchdown spot after the show. We texted about that, and I think that's about it. So therefore, you'd have no idea how my morning has gone.
Okay.
And you just hit me with a Florio bit, and I texted him 20 minutes ago, and might as well have been my daughter, just like I'm laying out 9 different things that either have happened, need to happen, or will happen, and I get a KK. KK, that's it? No elaboration? Oh. Okay, now she's not taking the FaceTime. Isn't this beautiful? Dads unite. You all know what I'm talking about if you have kids who have phones and text and things like that.
Good luck.
But no, the texting part of the equation, I'm generally the culprit on the KK or the thanks side, because there are some entities that just bounce around in this world, known as human beings, who sometimes will send me text messages that are, like Nordo said, novella. It's almost like Tolstoy has come back to life and recognized their phones and wants to send war, send, and then peace, send. And they're so long to read sometimes. Oh, my email. Just send an email. So much easier. KK, you know what I mean?
Can you imagine getting a text message from like a 19th century author?
I try my very best to not send those Tolstoy text messages, simply because I don't like reading them.
Right.
Who does like reading them?
I don't know.
I mean, shoot, I got a new phone last week, and not by my choice, simply because the what was it, an iPhone 11? The 11 or...
I don't know. You had like an iPhone -5, the way that thing looked.
I mean, I had my phone since 2018. Cracked screen, charger. You got to like jerry-rig that thing and put it up on cords or like lean it up on books for it to charge. And it just, when it was best laid plans, all right, with this recording contraption I will bring to Vikings practice today. And I will execute an interview with a member of the Minnesota Vikings following practice today. And you will hear it tomorrow, 9 to noon. I am going to request Isaiah Rodgers.
Ooh.
But there are members of the Vikings PR department, best friendish as all of us are, who I don't believe will make Isaiah Rodgers available to me today because it'll be Isaiah Rodgers joins 9 to noon. He won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia last year. Isaiah, how are things going? Great. Good. Good to chat with you. Kick returns, your thoughts. What happened? Are you familiar with vocal maintenance days? Well, I took a lot of them at one point, and did something happen in July where they said, what? Huh? So I don't know the who, what, where, when, and why on the chat today, but I do know with this new phone and with this recording contraption, the vast and ever expanding iHeart audio network seems to have given me, and it's really, really cool. It's the one I use for drive-bys. We knew it was time for a new phone for the announcer when best laid plans didn't necessarily go the way of 9 to noon with a Lucky Jackson interview last week, and it's all rolling. The meters are good and everything, and then it's kind of like, Lucky Jackson joins us now following a joint practice against the New England Patriots. Lucky, Dontavion. What's the origin of Dontavion? Hey, man, it's good to meet you, and I'm just out there trying to make plays, and I know I'm punt return one on the deck. So when that happened, when Nordo lays down the law via a Tolstoy-like text message imploring me to get a new phone.
Yeah, you need a new phone.
I get a new phone.
Hey, I'm happy to be joined by one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. It's Justin Jefferson. What's the chemistry building process like with J.J. McCarthy?
Man, it's just been a fantastic couple of months.
It started there, didn't it?
I think it started with J.J. Or Jets, excuse me.
Yeah, with Jets, that's right. Are you ready to go?
I think I'm ready to go.
Everybody ready? We got... we have something in the final hour called the Under the Radar Hour.
I think it's going to be terrific myself.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you talk about a covenant catch-up. We got an offer at the end. I didn't even know the final contingent in the Under the Radar just recently released a suspense thriller, a fiction book. So, I mean, who knew? It's going to be unbelievable. All right. This is the iPhone 11 version of 9 to noon. Let's bring it up to the 16E.
Ooh. Welcome back to FM.
Here they come. Everything sounds better in FM. All right. Speaking of Tolstoys, what do we got here? All right. Good morning. 3-2. Hey there. Talker Tuesday time, 9 to noon. Worked on the IRC situation at Vikings practice yesterday and still conclusively have not gotten to the bottom of the extremely controversial topic that emerged yesterday, 9 to noon. And it seems to be a Vikings depth chart related conversation that only I care about.
I always love that one.
But that's okay. The IRC, the Isaiah Rodgers conundrum.
Oh my gosh.
Kick returns. Remember yesterday around here? Kick return candidates' names were being bandied about by the head coach, and it was via presser following a sloppy game against the New England Patriots. And the head coach was offering up a laundry list of names, like who was considered KR1, kick returner 1. And Isaiah Rodgers' name was not mentioned, which means the kids would say he's no longer in the chat. 9 to noon would say he's no longer in the equation. So the scribe, Ben Gessling, the learned scribe, is here today at 10 o'clock. And we plan to advance the troubling story at that point involving KR1 and the IRC, the Isaiah Rodgers conundrum. Perhaps some quote, perhaps this is why 3-2. Perhaps this is why part of the equation, which was discussed yesterday, to say it irked yours truly would be a little strong, but I'm very curious to see where all this goes when we sweat that Bears game. Because, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, who knew? The season opener against the Chicago Bears is in 20 days. It's in 20 days.
Almost home.
That's fewer than 3 weeks. Almost home.
Almost home.
These kids. So, anyway, Isaiah Rodgers.
Dairy Building, Como clip.
I mean, 60-some-odd kick returns during a 4-year National Football League career at like 27.5 per. and he even has a kick returning touchdown. Yet, as the kids would say, he couldn't make the laundry list chat. And as we would say, he was not part of the laundry list equation offered up by the reigning coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell. Meanwhile, speaking of the Chicago Bears are 40-1 to win the Super Bowl. I wish 9 to Noon had a way to promote here via the juggernaut, the KFAN and iHeart Audio. I wish we had a way to promote and set up a table downstairs by Sir Leonard Deichert's piano and invite everybody who wants to wager real hard-earned money on some teams to win the Super Bowl, and we'd offer up 10-1 higher than what you get from the Diamond and or the Turtle and what they're offering. I really wish we had a way to do that, but clearly it would be of the nefarious variety. Clearly it would be of the frowned-upon variety. Mike Florio probably would write a book about it called Big Shield 2, play-by-play voice in the National Football League, undoubtedly with inside information on all these teams around the NFL, taking bets and offering 10-1 higher than the Diamond and the Turtle. Sacre bleu, who knew? Like, the Bears are 40-1 to win the Super Bowl. So here's what we would do with this super special table that we would have adjacent to the accomplished pianist in the lobby of the Continental Diamond Building. And we would offer 10-1 higher than what, say, the Sparkling Diamond and or the Slow Turtle are offering. Bears 40-1. Chicago Bears ain't winning the Super Bowl. All right. So we would give you 50-1. and as you took that 50-1, the accomplished pianist, Sir Leonard Deichert, would play taps for your money as you walk away with the ticket or the promissory note in hand.
I always love that one.
He'd be playing taps for you. Here are a slew of teams that are 27-1 or higher right now who aren't winning the Super Bowl, aren't winning Super Bowl 60. Yet, like, if you were to put up $1 on the New Orleans Saints to win the Super Bowl, you know, and that dollar probably would get you like $401 on the scoop. But you'll understand the puncher's chance nature to this momentarily. But there are a slew of teams 27-1 or higher who I just don't think are going to be doing the Santa Clara Strut. The group that will not be doing the gritty south of the city. There will be no payday by the Bay. Don't kill the messenger. And there they are. The Chargers, the Bears, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, Seattle, Atlanta, Indy, New England, Miami, the Raiders, the Panthers, the Giants, the Jets, the Browns, or the New Orleans Saints. You happen to have any quick twitch disagreement with any of those names I just rattled off over there, the con?
No, I don't. I would say you left the Steelers at 55-1. I don't think those guys are going to win the Super Bowl.
Well, that's because when I put this together, I was looking at 8-point font that I printed, and I was looking at the website, wanting to email their IT person saying, hey, was 4-point font not available? Seriously.
The Jags, and then I believe the Titans are in there at 175-1. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I like the line. Where
I love the Jags this year to pull the biggest upset ever.
I always love that one.
Or maybe I missed it.
I will say there's this interesting, there's two tiers. You get through the top five with the Lions at 11-1.
Yep.
And then the second tier goes from the Niners through the Chargers.
There we go.
Because you mentioned the Chargers at 27-1. Then the next team would be the Bears at 40.
I don't like the Chargers to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like that division, the way that we talk about the North in terms of how it's maybe the most competitive, potentially the best division. It could have 3 double-digit win teams.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look at the AFC West like that. I look at the Broncos on the ascension.
Hold on, please. I can't get the charge into the input for this microphone. It's just not working, but continue.
Well, as I was saying about the Chargers at 27-1
7-1.
27-1, and their quarterback Herbert is good, but he's not great.
No, he's good. He's not great. I like that. I like what Harbaugh's going to do with the run game. I think the defense has a chance to be better. I'm really excited for them being in that competitive AFC West.
Really?
So at 27-1, are they likely to win the Super Bowl? No. I mean, you know, the AFC juggernaut that you have to run through, the gauntlet per se that you have to run through in the playoffs is ridiculous. With the Chiefs in their own division. With the Bills. We know that. We'll get to see how the Bengals fare, always better in December than they are in September.
Generally.
But how can I not mention the Ravens as part of this too? So I know they have to run through a gauntlet, which makes it very unlikely. But I like them being part of that second tier because I believe the Chargers are a double-digit win team. And once you get yourself into late January, you have a chip chair and a chance. So I love that separating line from tier 1 into tier 2, from Lions to the Niners, and then that tier line again, Chargers at 27-1, and you have jumping down to 40-1 with the Bears. I think there are more reasons that they could be in the mix than out of the mix. That's just how I look at it.
Oh, isn't that just a salacious prognostication by the producer?
Faith and goal.
Way to limp in, Nords.
No, that's salacious is what it is. Chargers, Bears, Cards, and the Cards and Kyler at 40-1. At the Cards and Kyler at 40-1. At the Betman and Robum table, we'd give you 50-1.
Free agency never fails on the Quasi train.
Yep, he did it right. Not everybody did.
Free agency never fails on the Quasi train.
That's the name of our table. Adjacent to the accomplished pianist. It's the pretend table. It's the metaphorical table. I am Betman, and Nordo is Robum. We are Betman and Robum, and that's our baby table adjacent to Sir Leonard Dykert. We give you 50-1 on Kyler. Seattle 65-1 to win the Super Bowl. Betman and Robum, remember, Darnold in the two biggest games of his life. We didn't like it, so, man, we give you 80-1.
Yeah, that's fine.
You could have 85-1 on them chickens if you want. That'd be the number. Then the pianist plays the Star Wars bar theme as you depart. Thank you, Chewy. Thank you for the free money. Those Pats we saw this weekend at 80-1. Nah.
We'll give you 100-1.
Betman and Robum would offer at least 100-1. Old schoolers, follow along here with me. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. The song we would sing as you depart would be, the money you lost was a sweet sum. The money you lost was complete sum. The money you lost. So here's the deal.
Man, I just way overpaid in the fantasy draft for Travion Henderson, though. That's what I walked away from with these joints in that game, is that Drake May is fine. Drake May needs to get better.
Oh, so you're getting prep races for the Mad Hatters League that's drafting the Sunday before Labor Day, you sneaky little mad producer.
I'm doing a little warm-up. Mr.
Really?
Z contacted me. We're in the midst of a draft right now. And Travion, I think I took him early. I took him in the third round. Travion is set for stardom.
Great. That's
so
fantastic.
Stay healthy and rip it up, young man.
That's just great. I mean, during the course of 9 to noon, while texting about appointments, now you get to look at game logs for Jordan Mason.
Yeah,
I always love that
I needed
one.
more distractions, didn't I?
Save that for the under-the-radar hour, please. Okay, 3-2. Now Sir Leonard Dykert, the accomplished pianist in our building, is playing Taps for My Life, R.I.P. Paul. The Pats, that ain't happening. Here's the deal. Like Nordo touched upon, what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate the 5 teams with the best chances odds-wise to win the big game and see if others right below them have a puncher's chance to land the prize. Bottom line intel here, boys. For the Profits for Profit table, we're Betman and Robum, and we're Profits for Profit next to the accomplished pianist in our building so we don't get smashed and go broke with one swing. We got to do this the right way. Top 3 favorites to do the Santa Clara Strut are the Bills, the Ravens, and the Eagles, and they're all 7-1. You can't bet on them at our make-believe table.
No, you cannot.
Then the Chiefs are 8-1 and the Lions are 11-1. I'm really having to hold myself back to not give you 18-1 on the Motor City Kitties. But for the purpose of the puncher's chance bit,
I'd give 25-1 on the Lions.
I'll take it right now for $100.
Fine.
Really?
They're not going to win. They're not going to win the Super Bowl.
You'd give me 25-1.
No, I'm not giving you 25.
Thank you. Love you. Yep. Shirtless 40. Quiddy pay, though.
If you pay off the shirtless 40, I'll give you 25-1 on the Lions.
Well, that might be accomplished today. That'd be really cool, because then I'd be like, hey, Elijah Mitchell, Spearfish Sammy's going to record me running a 40. I need you to run alongside so nobody can see. And then the bet settled. I just got 25-1 on the line. Thank you. Thank you for helping. May God be with us all. So we eliminated those 5 teams. You don't get to play around with those with Betman and Rob'em. Top 3 faves, Bills, Ravens, Eagles. Then we got the Chiefs and the Lions. Yes, all of them can win the Super Bowl, and 9 to noon would not be flabbergasted. Nordo may be offended if the Lions win the Super Bowl, but I don't think his elite football mind would completely be flabbergasted if Jahmyr Gibbs went for 220 combined and like 4 touchdowns against anybody.
No.
But what about those? What about those with a puncher's chance? A series of quality uppercuts, roundhouses, and haymakers that land. A flurry of pigskin punches that dizzy opponents and are not part of the favored 5. The Bills, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Lions. Now, here's a side note. Here's a side note that does not have a side dish of affront to it, so bear with me. 23.5% of the Minnesota Vikings 2025 schedule includes the favored 5. And of the 8 with a puncher's chance, like the Commanders, Packers, and Bengals, that's another 4 games, which means 47% of the Minnesota Vikings schedule is against those with at least a puncher's chance in the estimation of Betman and Robin to win the Super Bowl. 47%, damn, that's about half the schedule. FINA, Fairness and 9 to Noon Act. 9 to Noon, iHeartRadio, Lowry Mays, Gene Romano, Miles Christinger, and our sponsors in no way are responsible for you taking these touts and using your actual money to find financial freedom. So if you say in court, but Paul said the Buccaneers have a puncher's chance to win the Super Bowl, and they don't, you and your lost dinero are on your own. This is for entertainment purposes only. Right below the favored 5, according to the Diamond of the South, are the San Francisco 49ers at 19-1. Quick twitch. Can't see it. Defense a little old in the wrong spots. They will miss Debo, and the Michigan kicker is a wild card in the deck of immortality. Winning the Super Bowl generally comes down to coaching and the quarterback. Well, they have next level Shanny and Brock Purdy, and that's fine. And that's fine and dandy. But they'll have to come from the wild card spot because the Rams are winning that division.
Oh, my gosh.
They got to come from the wild card spot with CMC and Kittle and Fred Warner, and here they are. The Rams can get to and by the way, if you disagree with any of these proclamations, Rob'em, please let me know.
I'm out on the Niners.
The Rams can get to the Super Bowl, but can they win it at 20-1? McVay is being quite coy about Matthew Stafford's battered back. This is weird, all right? It all happened yesterday, too, and it was weird. Yesterday was weird from a gridiron gospel standpoint because I couldn't unpack and reveal and or figure out the metaphor, context, or symbolism involving Isaiah Rodgers disappearing from the KR1 depth chart. And then we get to Sean McVay saying things like this, like, Stafford's practicing. Rams fans are like, and then he's pressed on the first game against the Texans, and he says, that's putting the cart before the horse. Well, which is it? Well, here's the deal. By the way, here's the deal. They love his backup, Stetson Bennett, the former Georgia Bulldog.
I've read that too.
But Bennett has looked awesome this preseason. It's preseason. It's the Kyrie Hebert portion of the equation. But is it too much if Bennett has to play to expect them to wear the shiny Gleam jeans at Levi? These guys are really good, as we saw last January.
You think they'd roll Stetson over Jimmy G?
That's a wonderful, wonderful question.
I mean, I think they go, Jimmy's played in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question, and he has really, really nice high cheekbones.
So it feels like they're 3 deep on the roster.
I mean, shouldn't a person with the first name Stetson play at a stadium called Levi's?
I always love that one.
When it comes to Super Bowl 6-0.
Match made.
These guys are really good, as we saw last January, and they gave Philly by far its best postseason challenge. The Packers and Commanders were not close to up to the task against the Birds, yet the Rams went to snowy Philly with Nacho on the sideline for Westwood 1 and almost beat the champs. They had a puncher's chance, but it was the Rams who got knocked out. So when it comes to eliminating the favored 5, from the Bills through the Lions, and then you get to those who we deem to have a puncher's chance. Yes. The Rams at 20-1 would be a responsible spotty.
Oh my gosh.
We ain't giving 30-1 on the Rams at the metaphorical table adjacent to the accomplished pianist, and the sign says profits for profit. I ain't giving 30-1.
No.
But yes, the Rams would be a responsible spotty. You agree?
Absolutely, I agree. Where you said the Niners defense is old in all the wrong spots.
Thank you.
The Rams defense is younger and only going to get better. What we saw from Fisk, what we saw from
phenomenal.
Kobe Turner and Verse. I mean, that front setup is unbelievable.
Unbelievable what's happening right now.
And Puka's going to lift off, man. Puka is just going to continue to grow. And they brought in Devontae. I mean, it's starting to be, as you would say, skeletal remains, but he can still make plays. The entire pivot point of this is how good is the back? How's the back?
The running back or the Stafford back?
The Stafford back.
Yes.
The Stafford back means everything to this team right now.
It's a very fair portion of the equation.
He's practicing cart before horse, the Coy coach. I don't like Coy. We need to figure out what up with the back. Not Kyron Williams. Trust Kyron. Kyron's not bad. Kyron can do some damage. Kyron runs it into the end zone. We like Kyron. I'm talking about Stafford's back.
Yeah.
We need him to be back with that back. As Vikings fans, we're not rooting for him to have a bad back. We just hope he's not back with the back. But all the same, the Rams at 20-1, that's not a bad option.
What an amazing accomplishment.
We've waited 9 long years for a Super Bowl. Skol Vikings!
Well, that's adorable, but it wasn't the one I was looking for. Let me try this one.
You're listening to my dad.
There we are. 3-2. What an amazing accomplishment that just transpired. Over 55 seconds of audio on the audio station and the audio network. Here's the deal. It involves Mad Producer.
You're listening to my dad and Uncle Paul on the fan.
The fact that you were able to unpack 3 years of Ramondre Stevenson game logs while talking at the same time about the job for which you're compensated, that's a multifaceted nature that is just a blessing from God, and that's the only way to put it. Thank you very much for listening to 9 to Noon today. The Puncher's Chance bit will continue a couple of segments from now because we need to get to the Commanders and the Packers and the Bengals, the Buccaneers and the Broncos, maybe the Texans, and certainly your Minnesota Vikings at 22-1. What's the status of their Puncher's Chance to party with the Lombardi? Nordo produces, and I'm Paul Allen. All of that's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. That's what's on deck 9 to noon, which also includes The Learned Scribe a half hour from now. Then an under-the-radar trio beginning at 11 o'clock. 3 individuals who are under the radar from an attention or a media standpoint, but they do really, really good work covering the Minnesota Vikings, and we would like to share that with you today. Thank you very much for listening to 9 to Noon. We have Vikes Bites around the corner at FM 100.3 KFAN. Good morning.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby. a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive, and when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Ban.
Vikes Bites. Vikes Bites. Let me just get this out of the way because I looked at my phone for the first time in 35 minutes. John Mickelson, you are one of the most clever, creative people I've ever met in my life. Johnny the Mouse Mickelson, who was listening to 9 to Noon. So, of course, I open my phone, and what do I have here? 5 text messages that are about 7 inches long each.
Yeah.
One breaks down the life of Tolstoy and all of the works via Wikipedia. And then we have the Kreutzer Sonata. We have something called The Devil and Haji Marat. He also wrote plays and essays concerning philosophical, moral, and religious themes.
Oh, interesting.
This is well done, Johnny. I now have carpal tunnel syndrome with my right thumb by paging through all of this, you Batman and Robum.
And you responded with, thanks.
I wrote, cool. With an emoji.
Got you.
Got you.
Vikes Bites brought to you by Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed Grass-Fed Beef. You can shop online. You can go to Coburn's, Kowalski's, your local co-ops. They're proud sponsors of Gophers Athletics. So Thousand Hills, it's a Clearwater, Minnesota company, elite, nutrient-dense beef that you'll absolutely love. I got some KO cuts for you here that I'd like to jump into, and we shall start here in particular on wide receiver depth. The way it's been talked about, we got to add a player, we got to do this. Ooh, Lucky on Saturday, kind of lost some equity there, Lucky. Well, the coach actually is mildly excited about the depth.
I do feel good about the depth. I feel like we're getting a great chance to see guys in some roles and positions that maybe they don't always, get to, when you have that first group in there every single time, and we feel so strongly about that group, you don't always get those reps. So I think it's been a real positive. It's been a positive to see our quarterbacks play with different guys every single day, even sometimes a different guy in the walkthrough than maybe they got for the game rep or practice rep that afternoon. So I do think it's a net positive, and we'll continue to look forward to what combination of those guys makes us the best possible offense we can be.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Do we bring in this guy? I've thrown out the name. I just think if they were to add somebody, Brandon Powell would be the obvious one. Knows the scheme, knows the bit, can catch a punt, etc. But the way I'm just starting to get down into the spot where do they intend to add somebody? I don't think they do. At this stage, the idea of bringing someone in, again, with what you need to know and what you need to produce as part of this team, whether it be pass catching or even at a base level special teams, I just think it's starting to get a little late to the idea that we're going to bring somebody in that can materially produce and contribute as we kind of sweat the loss of Addison for those first 3 games.
Well, we're a week from whatever 40 or 39 times 32 is, players about ready to be cut.
Yeah.
So to make a proclamation it won't happen, which you didn't do, I think would be foolish at this moment, because there are going to be a lot of unique players on the proverbial street.
There will be.
A week from today. And they could scour that for a lot of different things, because off what Kevin O'Connell just said in Horatio Caine-like fashion, it's all fun and games until a positive net becomes a gross negative.
Yeah, I'm not saying they won't for sure. It's starting to lead me down that direction. But you're right. Post cut day, that's where a lot of things can change. And it was close to this time of calendar a year ago when we brought in, was it Stephon Gilmore? I think we brought him in pretty late to the equation. So we shall see. A KO cut, part of Vikes Bites.
Vikes Bites.
How about that D-line, Coach?
It's not just Grave and J.A. and HP, and then it's Levi and Red and him, and Eli's making a bunch of plays. Taki made a bunch of plays. John Harris is doing everything right. T. Bell shows up with effort and plays exactly how he's coached to play. So, I think Marcus has done a phenomenal job with that group. Not always, it's not always easy with it. Everybody wants to have depth, but then when you have it, you've got to find a way to develop all those guys and get reps where it's required. And I think Marcus, and Flo and his staff have done a really good job of that.
More on the D-line here in particular. How about rookie Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins?
He's been everything we kind of hoped he would be from a standpoint of we really identified him throughout the process, Alec, as somebody that could be really versatile along that front, doing as many as 3 or 4 different roles, whether you're talking, being an inside, early down player, a 5 technique, maybe even some edge snaps as a bigger body edge against some teams that like to attack the, certain parts of the formation in the run game.
Our friend Aniston Alec asks questions as if he's a human iPhone 11 in need of a charge. I always love that one. What you were saying?
Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins. I think I finally said it correct. I don't know why.
You said it correctly on a fan line.
Yes,
I was listening.
I did, and I needed your help with it because it's Tyrion, it's Tyrion. We're going to get it right, and we're going to need to, because he's been getting a lot of running camp, a lot of reps, and he's really jumped off the page. Kind of in the same way we were talking about Elijah Williams, and just for different reasons, Elijah just absolutely stuffing gaps. And his physical size, he's listed at 270. There's zero chance that cat's 270 pounds. I mean, it's unbelievable how big this guy is. But some of these people that are jumping off the page, and as pumped as we are for Javon Hargrave, as pumped as we are for Jonathan Allen and what this line's going to look like, this has the chance, not to be hyperbolic, I think we can come in waves the way that we look at some of the great defensive fronts in the NFL. And I think Tyree Ingram Dawkins is going to be a part of that.
It's the strength of the team, the defensive line depth, and involving the Georgia rookie. I mean, Tyrion, call him what you want.
He ain't the imp.
You'll end up calling him game changer.
Lastly, I have a Jets cut. Justin Jefferson talking about getting back to full speed.
Feels great, to get back into the normal routine of being with the guys.
I like how he talks.
In the workouts, being in practice and walkthroughs. And it's definitely, I've been itching for it. So just glad that I'm, feeling great again and back to being with the guys.
So speaking of depth, of course, Jalen Naylor, it sounds like the update, he's week to week, quote unquote, regarding that hand. But
McVay said he'll practice today, but is putting the cart before the horse that he'll play in the first game against Chicago.
But with Justin Jefferson, we saw him from the perch a week ago, getting some individual workout bits done on the field, and man, they were putting it on him. I mean, it was like an hour and a half he was out there doing the work. So getting back in shape, getting closer to the field. He talked more about it during his presser. You can listen to it at Vikings.com, but that he's been a huge part of practices despite not necessarily being full speed. But you see him out there yesterday catching balls. 18. I don't think it as of now, it doesn't feel like we're going to have to be sweating that into a Monday night at Soldier Field.
The swoon over the hammy has been healed, but there definitely will be a ramp-up process to the Bears game for Justin Jefferson. Why? Because he's of the game-changing variety. Why? Because he might be the best overall receiver in the NFL, and he matters a lot. With Naylor hurt and Addison missing the first 3 games, I don't know, maybe he can return punts.
I always love that one.
Now, that would catch him off guard, KO. Those are Vikes Bites provided by
Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed Grass-Fed Beef.
The Commanders and Packers each have some good beef in the middle, but is it enough to elevate them to the Santa Clara strut and give them punchers' chances to win SB 6-0? Back to that long winder when we continue 9 to noon on a Talker Tuesday. It's KFAN.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
The Commanders and Packers are 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. Are they easy to beat when the lights are brightest? That's the first thing, quick twitch, that I thought of with T2, as Nordo would call it. The second tier behind the favored 5 to hoist the Lombardi after Super Bowl 60. Said 5 would be the Ravens and Bills and Eagles, all at 7-1. The Kansas City Chiefs at like 8-1, and the Motor City Kitties at about 11-1. Then you get into T2, and it has the Rams and the Niners and some other teams, but it also has the Commanders and Packers, each at 20-1. Philly with the Commanders, I mean, Philly just destroyed them in the NFC title game. Now the Commanders added Deebo Samuel. The quarterback is a star, not a star in the making. He is a star now. And the defense hits and covers you from all angles. Will they win their division? That's a key portion of the equation for me here. Now, the Eagles played 3 playoff games last year before cracking into Super Bowl 59 and beating Kansas City. So, I mean, winning 3, that's not preferred, but nevertheless, the road less traveled sometimes can be the highway home.
Well, the key to that, though, too, is winning the division means they wouldn't have to go to Philly if the two were going to match up in the postseason as well.
Thank you. That's a very, very good point of amplification, the con. A key here to the Santa Clara Strut and teams with maybe a puncher's chance is winning their division and or getting the off week into the playoffs. And then you got the home field piece that Mad Producer just dropped. Can Green Bay and or Washington accomplish that? Do you trust Jordan Love enough to put money on him and them to win the whole thing? Only time will tell, David. By the way, the great NFC North debate is a week from today, isn't it, Mr. Nordquist?
Next Tuesday at the fair, Lavelli Neal III, Dave Sinekin. We are also currently efforting your buddy, the Lions fan, Mr. Hatch.
Jason Hatch.
To potentially join us and represent the Kitties. So we're trying to put it all together. But yes, Tuesday, 10 a.m. hour, grandstand, be there.
The key here with the aforementioned teams is, would Betman and Robum book these plays and maybe even increase the odds 30 or 40% to lure you in to make some sucker bets? So Commanders and Packers are each 20-1. I mean, would we get up there to 28, 30-1 on these teams to win the Super Bowl? Like, how would we handle that?
Yeah, I would take 25 or 30 on the green and gold.
Attaboy.
And probably similar on the Commanders as well. I have some issues with their offensive line health. I mean, they just added gas mask guy Laramie Tunsil. That's their left tackle right now.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin just isn't even showing up to the stadium for preseason games. Their running back, Brian Robinson, is not showing up to the stadium for preseason games.
Jeez.
I mean, there's some issue regarding finances. And not that matters if once they get on the field and start playing the games, but right now there's some serious chemistry and some frustration related issues that they got to figure out. So I think they have a lot of change going on. They got some injuries. I think I'd be 25-30 on the old Commandos.
You can't talk that way and be taken seriously.
So what about the Texans at 22-1? I'd give you 40-1.
Yeah, give me 40-1.
I'm going to give you 40-1 next to the accomplished pianist in the lobby here, Sir Leonard Dykert, at the Profits for Profit table. I just and I really, really find myself rooting for C.J. Stroud.
I like him.
I like him a lot, man. He's a sweet, kind kid too off the field. That regression last year, I mean, it was palpable. I think he played more games last year than he did his rookie year, but he threw for like 400 fewer yards, like 4 to 5 fewer touchdowns, like 7 more picks, and he was sacked like 15 more times.
Yeah.
So but then now, with them being here and stuff, and I don't love Nico Collins. I don't love Tank Dell. I don't love Dalton Schultz. But those Iowa State kids they got, those receivers, those guys can play. So this is, again, like last year, this is probably the fastest shiny toy in the National Football League. They just got speed all over the place, man, except for the running backs, Joe Mixon and Chick Knob. I mean, those are veterans who like to beat on you. But
they need that Woody Marks cat, that USC kid.
Yeah, he's fast too.
They need him to show up and do something.
But at 22-1, I mean, I can't pick the Texans to win the Super Bowl even with the puncher's chance. And I'm going to say this later, but a lot of this with these AFC teams comes down to the same thing. To get there, you're going to have to get through a gauntlet of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that just ain't for everybody.
No.
Cincinnati 22-1. It's a no. It's not I'd give you 32-1 on it, simply because the coach and the quarterback and getting to the Super Bowl and winning it has a lot to do with the coach and the quarterback. They know what they're doing. Still at 22-1, I can't spot up on that one. Now Tampa Bay at 25-1. That's interesting, because Tampa is heading the right way in a hurry, and Tampa will win its division. Tampa Bay probably will go 6-0 in its division, 5-1 at the worst. So now you're going to jump teams by doing that. I think they might win a lot of games this year. So then from a puncher's chance standpoint, they're just such a young, physical team with veteran receivers and skill players who know how to play, and they're not done. And Baker's just turned everything around, man. 25-1. I can't say I'd spot up on it, but it's not the craziest thing.
No, I wouldn't drop it to like 50. Like, I'm not saying they're an absolute mess, but they're right where they should be. They're right middle of the pack. They're going to win what is clearly an underwhelming division.
They've beaten Philadelphia the last 2 playoff times they faced them.
But
with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and all those cats.
With the whole bit. But they have to run through, I mean, any way we look at it, when we get to the purple, we all have to run through a gauntlet of our own on the NFC side.
Oh, we're going to get to the purple here eventually. The Broncos are 25-1. The Denver Broncos are 25-1. That's a no for me. How to win the Super Bowl or get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
odds are lower than I thought they would be. I think they legitimately should be 30 or 35-1. Now,
what happened?
It's the same scenario as Cincinnati and some of these other AFC teams. I mean, you may have to go through all 3 of them. Oh, great, we get Lamar. Oh, cool, we won, we get Josh. Oh, cool, we won, we get Patrick. Or 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's just super duper tough right there for these AFC teams, man.
What you were talking about with Washington, they have to win the division. They have to win the AFC West.
I like that.
I just have been impressed with what Peyton did out there. And I was impressed with Bo Nix by the finished product at the end of the season. Their defense got better. They're going to have, between Patrick Surtain II and Jahdae Barron, the rookie they just drafted, that defense is going to be really good. And if he can figure out how to run the ball, he's got 4 or 5 running backs in the stable right now. I don't know there's like RJ Harvey, maybe a rookie. I forget who they went after, but I like the Broncos being a contender in the AFC this year.
The Minnesota Vikings are 22-1 and behind Green Bay in the odds game, but they have a better team than Green Bay, so there's that. We'll get into that a little later because when we return, Ben Gessling, the beat writer for the Star Tribune covering the Minnesota Vikings, joins us in the 651 Carpets Plus studios. We're all listening to KFAN.
Our partner, Eli Lilly and Company, just announced Duets for Type 2 Diabetes, a campaign celebrating real patient stories of support because managing Type 2 diabetes doesn't have to be a solo act. Share your story at mounjaro.com/duets. Mounjaro tirzepatide is an injectable prescription medicine that is used along with diet and exercise to improve blood sugar, glucose, in adults with type 2 diabetes mellitus. Mounjaro is not for use in children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Once weekly Mounjaro is available by prescription only in 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15 milligram per 0.5 milliliter injection. Call 1-800-LILY-RX, 800-545-5979, or visit mounjaro.lilly.com for the Mounjaro indication and safety summary with warnings. Talk to your doctor for more information about Mounjaro. Mounjaro and its delivery device base are registered trademarks, owned or licensed by Eli Lilly and Company, its subsidiaries or affiliates.
Every business has an ambition. PayPal Open is the platform designed to help you grow into yours. With business loans so you can expand and access to hundreds of millions of PayPal customers worldwide. And your customers can pay all the ways they want with PayPal, Venmo, Pay Later, and all major cards, so you can focus on scaling up. When it's time to get growing, there's one platform for all business. PayPal Open. Grow today at paypalopen.com. Loans subject to approval in available locations.
At Hill's Pet Nutrition, we know that pet parent guilt is real. Leaving too long, playing too little. New homes, new babies, waking them up when they look so comfy. Running out of patience, running out of treats. Running the vacuum! You can only do so much. That's why there's Hill's, science-led nutrition to help you give more love than humanly possible. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Find the right food at hillspet.com/science does more.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.